Why do fans dislike Anthony Yarde so much? Recently, in the build up to his fight with Travis Reeves, he done a few interviews and a lot of the general consensus was dislike. I've seen a lot of dislikes on his videos, more dislikes than likes. So he's getting, not hate, but people don't seem to be that keen on him, to be honest. And I don't know whether it is his personality or the fact that he is being stepped up way too slow. In my opinion, he's being stepped up way too slow. I don't really dislike the guy, I don't really see him interviewed that often. And yeah, he can be a bit annoying, but still, I don't really dislike the guy. But he is being stepped up way too slow. He needs to be taking more risks and more challenges. You see Eddie Hearn with his fighters, he will push his fighters to get in there with opponents, quality opponents, to test where they are and what stage of their career they are at. Look what he done with Ted Cheeseman. I know Ted Cheeseman lost, but he knows where he is in his career. He's not European level yet, but he can come again. So Anthony Yarde needs to start stepping up. I mean, his opponent, he wasn't great. He caused some problems. He asked some questions. But obviously Anthony Yarde was always going to win that fight. It was always going in his favour. Every shot he hit Reeves with, he seemed to hurt him. I mean, Reeves did fire back at times, but nothing to really trouble Anthony Yarde. I mean, he is being stepped up slowly, and he is learning. He's had 12 amateur fights, I get that. But still, we can't be paying to watch him learn. We're paying his wages, and he is doing pretty well by all accounts, but still, he needs to be stepping up and fighting better opponents, because as I said, we cannot be paying to watch him learn. We need to see him in these better fights. They're talking about Kovalev next, which I don't think is a good fight. I don't think they're really going to put him in there with Kovalev, to be honest. I think that's just hype and using Kovalev's name. So I don't really think they're keen to put him in there with Kovalev next. It's a huge jump up from Travis Reeves to Sergey Kovalev, who is world champion, WBO world champion, and he has been mixing it with the top for the past 5 or 6 years. So that's a huge jump, and I think it would just be too much for him. And I think all of his trainers and his promoter Frank Warren believe the same. So I don't think they'll put him in with Kovalev next. I really don't. I think it's too much of a jump. I think they're just using him to kind of build towards that fight maybe in the future. But I mean, Kovalev is getting older and he may consider retiring soon. So obviously time will run out. So they're just using that to build him, I think. And I don't think they really intend to put him in there. But he must step up and fight better opposition. There's no reason why he shouldn't. I think the Barrera fight would be a good fight for him to test where he's at. A good skillful fighter, a slick fighter. And it would see if he can actually land shots against slick opponents. Because Barrera has good movement, good head movement, lateral movement, and good footwork. And it would really test Anthony Yarde and his boxing ability. Because he just takes a lot of fighters out of there. And you can be a puncher and you can knock fighters out, but that will only last for so long. Your boxing ability must shine through. And it's time for him to step up and show how good he really is. So back to the fans, I don't think they really dislike him. He is possibly stepping up too slow and he's giving himself too much credit for beating these lower quality opponents with little technical ability. So he can only knock these guys out for so long and he will come up against a fighter, a good boxer, and he will come unstuck. So he must start stepping up soon. So I don't know whether you think he's arrogant or whether he is being stepped up too slow. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd like to know. That'd be quite interesting to see why Anthony Yarde is not really that well liked. I'm not saying he's hated, but people don't seem to be giving him many likes on his videos. And that's on multiple videos, so it just gives me the feeling that people don't really like him too much. But I'd like to know why. Is it because he's being stepped up too slow and we're paying to watch him learn? Or is it because you just dislike his personality and you think he gives himself too much credit for the wins he has had over technically not sound opponent? Please drop your thoughts in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe for more content. Thank you guys.